Okay, there we go.
Alrighty.
We're
Hey,
we're recording.
we're live.
This is
Live,
uh
pre-recorded,
yeah
coming at you.
we're doing it live. We're doing I believe I think everything's all good.
All right.
So of course as soon as we start recording, my cat freaks out. So there she goes, out the room. Perfect.
Bye bye, Rose.
Don't give her the credit.
Oh,
So
who's a good little cat?
don't talk
Let's
to her
go.
like that. Don't talk to my cat, bro. Hey man, don't be talking to my cat.
It's my cat now, bitch.
I'll kill you.
I'm taking her. I'm taking her.
So it's been a while, and
Yeah.
for today I've got a very very special guest, very good friend of mine. Um, you mind if I give your name?
Hey, go for it.
State your name. State your full name, address, social security number, and credit card details for the. No, I've got my very good friend, Kyle, with me. How's it going, Kyle?
Oh, it's going. It's been an interesting past couple of days, definitely. How's it going for you?
Say it's going pretty good.
It's good.
I saw Top Gun today.
Hell yeah. How is that?
Oh my god, that was good.
Yeah.
Probably
How
the
is it?
I I I really love how spectacular they made it, and like
Yeah.
the in some places it was really corny, but like knowing what the original was, I can definitely say that's a great sequel. 9 out of 10, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, yeah, it was like a Ace Combat mission watching it, right?
exactly,
It
exactly.
was, it was a very, very strong movie though, for sure.
I think
Um,
I'm glad that we've been getting some good movies recently
right.
because
We were in such a bad rut.
yeah, it hasn't been very good for movies lately,
Yeah, yeah,
and
you know.
especially considering the like current like streaming existence. I
Yeah,
think it's good to have a fun movie every once in a while, and
yeah, absolutely.
even though I am loath to say it, even Free Guy was like a breath of fresh air. And
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Free Guy. I've seen it 6 times now. Um, half of them unwilling. Actually, the first
oh,
one was unwilling, and then the second one I was in for the ride. But it was it is an experience. I could say that much.
what compels somebody to watch Free Guy 6 different times? Can we get in depth into the psyche there of what was going through your head?
Well, I've got some friends, and sometimes they drink, and sometimes they ping me a lot to join a voice call at 1 in the morning, and I'm awake. I'm wide awake, like like normal. And so I'm like, sure, what's going on? And then I join the call, and then it's like, the third night in the row this has happened. They're like, we're gonna watch Free Guy
Of course, of course.
because apparently they get blackout drunk and then watch Free Guy
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is one group and this happened twice, and I don't know how because it's a very memorable movie. I mean, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, crazy by the way. I didn't know he was in the movie. He's like an unnamed security guard.
Is he actually?
Yeah, and he's also the body of the dude.
I haven't actually seen Free Guy, so this one's
You've never seen Free Guy?
no, no, I haven't seen Free Guy.
I can't even believe this right now. This is
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah, yeah. I think that's our next movie night right there is
We're off to a terrible
Free
start.
Guy.
No, I'm not watching it again. I'm not putting myself through that. It's a uh,
Mm.
it's a family movie. You should watch it with your family.
Are you sure?
No, no, I'm not sure. But I think it would be very funny. It's one of the few times I laughed when I wasn't supposed to while watching a movie. The last time that happened was when I watched Twilight.
Oh, at what moment did you laugh?
In Free Guy or in Twilight?
Both, I suppose.
Well, Free Guy was when, at one point, spoiler warning, by the way, for the hit motion picture and cinematographic kino that is Free Guy. Near the end, he pulls out a lightsaber,
Holy shit!
and the song plays,
Oh my god!
and I laughed. I was like,
That's
ha!
probably
It was because right before that, he pulls out Captain America's shield, and you know, it's really silly. Like the music plays. It's like a joke basically.
yeah.
But I saw that and I couldn't help but laugh.
I mean, it's probably the best Star Wars movie that's come out within the past 10 years.
Yeah, probably the best. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
the most consistently good.
Well, that's
Let's not.
it's a pretty low bar there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Let's not smoke up the podcast with
Yeah, with Star Wars
Star
discussions.
Wars hate.
I
Yeah.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna get on.
You're already a Twitter user. It's
Look, man, recovering. I think, and then Twilight. Anytime the werewolves show up, because it's like an Abercrombie Fitch advertisement. It's like a bunch of like incredibly fit dudes, like not like guys, but dudes, no shirt,
Yeah.
jean shorts, and they're like kind of jogging around with like their arms at like 90 degrees, and
Yeah.
then like every time they just jog in from the woods, and that's the same place they go. It's so silly. Like,
Where else are the werewolves gonna go?
That's fair, but like I didn't think it would be like that. Like it's
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's there's something charming about really shitty movies.
Oh, definitely. And
I
that's
was watching Catwoman with my friend. Uh, Catwoman? Is it Catgirl or Catwoman?
it's Catwoman.
Okay. Yeah, I was watching that one with my friend the other day, and I mean, we were just in a hysterics over some of the stupid shit that was going on in that movie. I honestly, I can't even recall a scene from that movie, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's all a blur. I just remember us staring at each other for a moment and bursting out laughing.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Mhm.
yeah,
I completely understand that.
yeah.
I
yeah.
think there's like a certain level, I don't know, of like hilarity that like I know Catwoman. That's such a abysmal not movie, it's a film.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a film. It's done. It was
That's something you'll
before.
read about in a film history class in 20 years.
Well, it was. I believe it was after Spider-Man. Because that's
It was, yeah.
because Spider-Man happened,
Yeah.
and then we got Catwoman and Daredevil.
Yeah.
And Catwoman, I'm pretty sure Catwoman was first.
Yeah.
But Catwoman is like something else. But then you have Daredevil, and that's like Ben Affleck, and like he sleeps in a coffin full of water.
Oh,
It's so not good. And like I
Yeah.
love Daredevil. Like I think he's really cool. And like
Yeah.
the show with Charlie Cox is fantastic. But watching this movie made me really appreciate like things
the
I
more
take for
recent
granted.
Daredevil.
Yeah, like I like to everyone jokes about Marvel, right? Because
Of
it's
course.
not strictly speaking, it's not, it's pretty good. They've got some good movies, They also have a lot of dog ass movies.
Of course.
The Incredible Hulk, not a very good movie. Great soundtrack, bad movie. Daredevil is something else. It's
Yeah, yeah.
it's just not good. Just not good. And I think it's important to realize what we take for granted in our modern lives. You know, I don't care about like, oh, ease of access to food and water. Like that's bullshit. Okay?
Yeah.
This is the real world. I don't care about that. What I care about is good quality entertainment. And you know what? Catwoman is high quality entertainment.
Oh, you consider it high quality entertainment?
High quality, yeah. Well, so bad things can be high quality.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, you know, I think it's there's a big distinction between a good movie and an entertaining movie. Like
Of
I
course.
saw, what is it? The Disney one, Turning Red. That's a really good movie. Like that's a fantastic movie. It's got a great message. You know, they make good movies. However, it's a Disney movie. So when people suggest it to me, I tell them I'm going to stick a javelin in your nose
Of course.
because, they're obviously
I was-
satanic.
I was a little confused with Turning Red. I think, I mean, production quality wise, it was good, but there were some writing choices that were a little bizarre. For example, like, if, the panda being some sort of analogy for periods and puberty in young girls, right? Um, Having the one way the little girl makes money for the boy band concert is having people take pictures of the panda. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
really, Disney?
Yeah,
Really,
that's
Disney? I mean, this fits in with Bob Iger and what he wants, I
Oh,
suppose.
100%.
But
I think that's definitely one of the things that I think like it's
it definitely needed a little more cooking in the oven.
maybe yeah, they could have thought about it a little more.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't think that's. I completely understand what you're saying because I agree.
Yeah.
That was that was bizarre.
Yeah. It was just a.
I
it
don't
was
think.
an odd production choice.
Yeah, I don't think they really expected that to like be seen that way. But I completely understand now that you mention
I
it.
just
Weird.
can't imagine. You read the credits and you see all those people, and not one of them
Oh yeah.
brought that up.
I think. Well, this is like one of those things. It's like, it's like a lot of like problems in writing, especially with like the culture and like Hollywood and media in general. Like I think
That's true.
it's best seen in like SNL, cause like I really
Oh.
I loved SNL, but like hearing stories about it, how it's like, at least with the writers, it's like a lion's den of just trying to get like approval, and how like everyone's just stealing from the people below them.
Okay.
Like I think it's one of those things where like everyone's trying to be a people pleaser so much that they end up just creating like dog shit. Like
Yeah.
I watched. Did you see Raya and the Last Dragon?
I don't think I did actually.
If you have, it's not. That's. I'm not surprised by that, but it sucks ass. It's a bad movie. The message. So, not to spoil Raya and the Last Dragon, a very fine piece of Disney soulful kino. The message of the story is that you're supposed to trust people. And one of the first things that happens is the main character puts their trust in someone, and that someone they put their trust in breaks it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so the main character doesn't trust people anymore. And the rest of the movie is just explaining to the character who had their, like, trust broken that they're just supposed to trust people now.
Nice.
It's definitely not what they were going for. I don't know what, like, it's it reminds me of like Dead Space 3, where there clearly is a message deep down, buried very deep down in the movie, and it clearly used to be something like impactful or meaningful. And then
Of course.
the publisher involved itself. And that's just never good. You know?
It's true.
Like, I don't remember the last time I watched a movie or played a game and, like, you know, sat there thinking to myself, oh, I'm really glad the publisher included this. You know?
Yeah.
I think that needs to come to an end. We need to start blowing up public. And and we're back.
And we're back.
I just want to, you know, I got a little heated
A
there.
little heated there, yeah. That's all good. It's all good. You know, it happens to the best of us. You
It's
know,
just all part of the
it's
adventure.
a Freudian slip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You say one thing and then you fuck your mother.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, it's just, you know,
You
the way it is.
you smoke
It
a
is.
cigarette, and in reality, you just are terribly addicted to, you know, full of a desire to suck dick. You know, but sometimes a
it's the
cigar
truth,
is just
though.
a cigar.
It's true, though.
It's true.
You know? True.
True.
I know.
Freud was true. He was right.
Every time I take a puff, I'm like, God damn.
I wish this was a penis.
I really need to be giving somebody some head right now. Here, let me check the GIF board real quick.
Oh, that's yeah, something like that. Yeah, let me just check.
Place is a cesspit, man.
If I'm being completely honest, I secretly love that board so much because it's one of like the few places that truly has the same level of like randomness as like Redditors think B has.
Yeah.
Like in terms of what it used to be, it is so much more similar to B than like it is to like any of the like porn boards.
Okay, alright. To be fair, it's exactly the same as B, that B is, because all it is people race baiting, and then people posting wrecked threads, and then people posting like child porn and shit. Like it's all the same.
Hey man,
It's all the same.
on GIF right now, there's a thread, an animal thread. Post webms or GIFs of animals, and then in all caps, no gore. And the first OP is like a nice whale video, and then right next to it, the subject, sniffing socks, shoes, and feet, and then the body, girls sniffing on socks or shoes or feet in general. And the animal thread, 22 replies, 22 files. The sniffing socks, shoes, and feet thread, 43 replies, 24 files. Now, in terms of percentages, oh, and then right after that, of course, a Nazi propaganda thread.
Yeah.
I'm just reading this
Of course,
verbatim.
I was just there last week.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, 264 replies, 58 files, and then Chris Chan General praised the Sanic / Huff the Janky Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that dimensional merge is coming soon, bro.
That's
you know,
true. That's true.
Who are you gonna merge with?
I hope it's someone cool. I hope it goes hard. You know?
I should merge with Planet Zomboid.
Oh
You
Jesus!
get stuck in the middle of the apocalypse. You're not even a cool character. You're a zombie.
You're Could you imagine, dude? Imagine. Yeah. Okay. Have you ever seen the movie Warm Bodies?
Oh yes.
It got memory hold. Like, I don't like using that term because it is often used in an unsavory context with regards to like tragedies and whatever. But I would say that the movie Warm Bodies was a national tragedy on the scale of 9/11. I think we definitely, we did some fucked up stuff in the Middle East. 9/11 had justification. Do you know what doesn't have justification? The movie Warm Bodies. I was explaining this to some of my coworkers at work 2 days ago. And I sounded like a fucking lunatic trying to explain the premise of the movie.
Oh, what is it? It's literally just a zombie that tries to romance a living woman.
It is, yes, but it's so much better than this, because he only tries to romance her because he killed and ate the brains of her boyfriend, and then smuggled his brain into an airplane where he lives through an airport, and then ate the brain over time, and then developed love, and then over the course of the movie it's he's just becoming more and more human, and then the message at the end is that without love you're basically a zombie.
No, without love you just need to eat a brain.
You need to eat the brain of some girl's boyfriend, and then she'll want to fuck you.
That's right.
This is real. This is true, by the way.
Get on that rotting cock, bro.
Few know that. Oh my god. Few know this. But actually, the way to stop being an incel is to start decaying, and then eat the brains of someone's boyfriend, and then you can get in their pants that way.
Yeah, it's a cure. It's a cure.
It's the cure. That's how you stop being it.
Yeah. So to all of the Twitter users that are listening to this podcast right now, here's what I want you to do. Go out. You see your crush. You see that Stacy with her Chad boyfriend. Kill him. Murder him.
And then eat his brains.
Make a poultice out of his brains. Apply it over your mouth. Slowly consume it over the course of weeks until you ingest every ounce of information and emotion that he was feeling towards women. And then you'll find out that he was actually cheating on her, and you were right all along, and you would have been better for her. But now you can't tell her that, so you gotta eat her too. Because you're a nice guy.
So true. That's so true.
Oh.
Bravo.
Oh yeah, thank you. I could be a Hollywood writer.
You could. You're the next Quentin Tarantino.
It's in my name, man. My middle name's Tarantino. My last name's Quentin.
Kyle Tarantino Quentin.
That's right.
Few know this.
It's true.
But many are talking.
That one. Fact check that one. Where's Jamie when we need him?
Where's Jamie? Fact check true. I retruthed that on Truth Social.
That's right.
I was in the waiting line for that for 2 weeks, and my position never changed. I didn't even get to join. It's so crazy. I know a guy. He joined Truth Social, and then he immediately he wanted to see what he could get away with, right? Kind of makes sense considering what it is, right?
Right.
But his idea was to just start posting I don't know how to describe it. It was like the Hyperborea edits, like the funny ones, but not funny. And just
unironic.
Yeah, just as European,
the average K user.
We must protect lay white race. Yeah. Amerimut stuff.
Ugh.
And he got banned in a day.
Good.
And definitely. But that was so funny because he sounded genuinely. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, no, buddy, you can't do that. That's not. That's not real.
Yeah, yeah. It's
It's you're not gonna.
it's crazy. So I had this teacher last year, right? Uh, he was my master for HVAC work and learning all that. I'm not going into that. I'm going electrical engineering this year, but um, just learning the trade with him. And we're on the job one day, and we're talking, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my wife was contacted by Donald Trump directly, um, because she's a banker, and he was asking her directly if she wanted to be in on Truth Social. So we both have like right away member privileges to Truth Social." It's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh
man?
my god.
Mr. Mahal, you're crazy.
Whoa.
You've gone
Donald Trump
bonkers,
needs
man.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, Trump. I'm going to bat for you, Trump. I love. It reminds me. There's the one Tumblr post that is like, I wish I had the confidence of these QAnon people.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's true. But I think
Yeah.
the reply is even more pertinent to modern society, which is one moment. I think it's yeah. I wish Lucamine from Pokemon gave me the sloppiest tornado blowjob known to man. And that's
What?
that. Do you not know this post?
No.
Oh my god. I need to find this. But like, I think about this image all the time. And because there is like some deep lore to
Oh,
it
of course.
too. Like all things. But so this is the image. This is the full image. And I just want to say big ups to your teacher
Oh yeah. Yeah.
for
Yeah, he was
like-
a real one. He was a little crazy.
Well-
and he was pretty awesome though, because it was like
crazy people happen to often be the coolest.
We're February 23rd happens, a date that will forever go down in infamy, and he's like, yeah, I walk in to the job site and we're talking about just current events and shit, and he's like, yeah, Putin's going in on Ukraine, because Ukraine hosts all these American bioweapons.
Yeah, oh my
facilities.
god.
And Putin's actually a good guy. He's trying to rid the world of the New World Order, and we're actually part of the issue. So I'm intentionally leaking refrigerant into the air so we can fuck up our statistics and look bad for Russia. I'm like,
Oh my
bro,
god.
what are you talking about?
Oh my god.
This is illegal. You will get jail time for this.
Dude, I've been thinking. I was talking with my manager at work today, and like, because we were just talking about like the world and stuff. A lot of people like complain about the wrong stuff, and like talk and focus all the time on shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
it's one thing to have like a passive interest.
Oh,
in
yeah.
something.
like
Like,
I,
yeah.
It's like,
Go
oh,
ahead.
current events. That's interesting. Like I watch
Yeah.
I watch like NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt every night.
Real?
Because on some level, I think it's like good news coverage when like it's actually news, and then at the end of the night, you have like the heartwarming story. And Tim Dillon has his bit he does on it, where it's like, oh, this man walked 21 miles to work both ways every day, so the town pitched in and bought him a 2007 like shit box. that it's like a, what is it, like a 2001 Saturn.
It's gonna cost them more per year in maintenance than
You can't buy.
uh,
They don't make it
than the
anymore, so
price
you
of the
can't
car.
get parts.
Yeah, you can't get parts. It's tin cans.
It's
Your carburetor has golf ball sized holes through it,
there's
just leaking monoxide
when
into the
you have to change the oil daily, and when you do, it like doesn't look like oil. It looks like alien blood.
Yeah, it looks like fucking peanut butter.
Yeah, it's like it droops out in one solid chunk, and it's
funny.
like, and that's like, that's the story they tell you to cheer you up at the end of the night after telling us about natural disasters. But
Of course. The 300 Bengalese citizens that suddenly died in a tiger attack. Um, after that's followed with a short story on Fox too. They do the same thing. They follow the story of a teen mom who found her perfect match, and it's like this 80-year-old guy, and they're talking about all the love they've been having and sharing, and it's like, man, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh my
you
god,
see these,
Fox
these
News, no. News in general. They gotta stop
news in
doing
general.
that. They have to stop pretending that these
really
stories are heartwarming.
They're really on the wrong side here.
Like, I think...
I mean, they're trying to hype up the side they're definitely for, but, I mean...
Yeah, it's like...
Come on now.
Come on. Like, so I think sometimes it's definitely good. Like, it's like, oh, a young girl started a charity organization to help her disabled friend, like, save up money for, like, treatment or whatever. Like, someone with cancer. Yeah. And then you've got, like, the stories, and it's like, this man raised $20,000 to save 20 orphans from the orphan smashing machine. And it's like, why is there an orphan smashing machine?
Yeah,
why does it cost so much money to save orphans from it?
Fucking speak of the... I was just reading an article today. Over in Indiana, they have drop boxes for babies that people want to abandon.
Oh my god.
Like drop boxes. Like, let me see if I can find a photo of that for you.
I'll put... All these images will be going up on the...
On the thread.
Yeah, on the, what is it? On the podcast when the part arrives, but, like, Jesus.
Yeah, so check this shit out, right? So...
What the fuck?
It's like... And they were, like, celebrating it, too.
It used to be, so here's the deal. Much rather this than leaving them on the fire station door.
Sure.
But...
Yeah.
This is not an alternative to, like...
Yeah, because all it does, right, is essentially what you have is, the people who donate there are the people who have fallen through the cracks, the women, right, who haven't gotten any prenatal care or anything, likely abused, right, haven't had any birth care, right, so, the idea of an anonymous baby box, right, because that's what this is. These are anonymous, they're supposed to be anonymous, right,
20 cameras facing it.
It's like, you have these, the only way it's really anonymous is if you weren't checked into a hospital at all, or didn't receive any prenatal care.
Yeah.
Because then
the
they
baby
have a record
would have
of
records.
You having a baby, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, and now they're gonna check in on you if you don't send that baby to school in 3 years, or if you don't pay the taxes for their Social Security.
This is like, so I know your stance on, like, the abortion, the A-word issue, but like this is the, like, white mom gated community solution.
Yeah, it really is.
It's not an alternative. It's not
a solution.
And then, like, and the way I see it, I think where we're at as a society, if like people aren't able to like wear condoms,
Yeah.
then like there's other problems. Cause like if if accidental babies are as common as they are with like unplanned pregnancies, with regards to like just not using like contraceptives, or even just like, you know, other extraneous awful factors like crimes, I
Yeah.
think there's like bigger social and societal problems. And I think creating a baby dump box is not the right way to handle
It's
this.
definitely like that sort of last line.
Yeah, this is like
Um,
scraping the barrel.
yeah, it really is like a very like, you know, and one thing on one side, you know, it is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I'm glad that
it's
this is. I'm glad that something is happening.
yeah, it's because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, these babies aren't going to freeze in the fire department, and the fire department's gonna know that those babies are there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like this isn't surprise, you know, you got a baby, like,
A baby dropped on the doorstep on a
right,
dark and
and now
stormy
it's
night.
it's frozen to a rock, and whoops, now you guys have PTSD and mental issues from the sight of seeing this baby and having to peel it off with a spatula off the cement.
And also, the
Um,
woman will be sent to prison forever for infanticide because they
right,
know whose baby it is.
right, correct. But at the same time, it is not a solution. You know,
No,
it's
this is.
or not the solution, I should say. It's a I'd say it's like a countermeasure in a plane, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
can install the plane to have flares in it, right? Like the cargo jets.
but when
But the best solution
it's
is
just
to not have the plane fly through an area where it's going to have sidewinders
it's
fired at it.
exactly. It's like it's this is like giving when someone has like horrible injuries, like
Yeah.
all their bones are broken, they got like a collapsed lung, they're
Mm.
horribly emaciated, and then someone just gives them a shit ton of morphine so they don't feel
Yeah.
pain anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're fixing the symptoms kind of,
Yeah.
but you're
I
not
think
stopping
this
the
is
cause.
just like a Marvel movie. I think it's just like a Marvel
This
movie.
is that this is like that one scene in
This-
Endgame,
no,
when all the
and
women show up.
Black Panther, bro.
Oh, true, true.
It's
I
just like Black Panther.
I'm gonna be
Where did
honest.
his father go?
He died.
Oh yeah.
He fucking died. He was. That's the. I'm gonna be honest. Not a fan of Black Panther.
No, it was not a good movie.
I didn't think it was.
honestly.
I think. Let me be very, very clear. I don't want any like confusion. Chadwick Boseman crushed it.
Yep.
I think like there's
It was
I don't-
what
I
Mike
don't-
Jordan played
yeah
Killmonger too.
kill
Killmonger was
that was
badass.
fucking hardest line in any Marvel, like I'd say top 3 minimum was
Yeah.
when he died. That gave me fucking chills.
No, that was like a really just strong scene in general.
It was good, and I think, but like a lot of it was like kind of not good. Like they tried to make you think T'Challa fucking dies at one point.
Yeah.
Like some of the world building's a bit weird. Like the fact that also there's like 2 twists in one event. It's like 3 whole things. Like I didn't need to. And it's like, oh yeah, so Killmonger's dad was killed by the Black Panther, which was T'Challa's father. And then also Forrest Whitaker was there too, and he survived. And it's like those are 2 twists that happen, right?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
same scene.
Yeah,
Like
it was
that wasn't necessary. I think I like. I thought the idea, like the Tolkien white guy, was funny. How it's like
Yeah.
the only white like main protagonist, and he's Tolkien. That's funny. Um, the guy with the gun for the arm. That's pretty cool. Um, there's the one scene where Killmonger's driving away from the museum. I don't know why T'Challa didn't just like run the car down because he's been shown to do that before.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Give me one moment here.
Take your time.
Sorry, I'm back.
You're all
Um,
good.
Yeah. So, yeah, Black Panther. Overall, very mid movie.
Mid movie.
The CGI sucked.
That was so bizarre.
the
I didn't
CGI
expect
was
that at all.
Really bad.
And-
Yeah.
Like I don't. It
It's
it
like
it felt like a bad dream when I saw it the first time. I was like, no, this
it's
is
like-
it's not. This isn't happening.
yeah, the one black lead movie too. They have the shit CGI. Like
This is. It was like a sign of what's to come.
it's
Because
the
now,
same thing with Captain Marvel too. Captain Marvel had shit.
yeah,
shit
bad CGI, and also bad writing, and bad characters.
Well, yeah.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
bad stuff. I think
Captain Marvel is just bad overall.
Yeah,
But
it was a bad
I think
movie.
it's I think based Marvel, for shafting the woman and the black man, I guess.
Yeah. Trad.
Trad King.
It's
You know.
it's so fucked up, dude. Cause then you have like other, I don't know. I think so. This actually goes back to like what I was talking about earlier about like superhero movies wanting to be Spider-Man after it came out. Cause didn't
Yeah.
Blade come out before Spider-Man?
I don't actually know.
I think Blade was. Yeah, Blade was 1998.
Holy shit.
That movie goes fucking hard. Like Wesley Snipes kills it.
I don't think I've actually watched Blade either.
You haven't seen Blade?
No.
I'm not saying any more than. I think definitely like of all, first off, insane Marvel movie. It's so good.
That was the one with the good Morbius in it too, right?
Yes, Morbius. The dude, could you imagine that?
Yeah, Stephen Norrington movie with that was
Yeah.
oh, I wish we got that. That would have been good.
Could you imagine, dude? That would have been sweet. I think. Also made. Wow. Also made a cameo as Michael Morbius. Oh my god. I think comic Morbius is so much cooler looking than regular Morbius. Because comic Morbius is just like a fucking vampire. Movie Morbius is like a dude who turns into a
Yeah.
bat.
Yeah.
Like I'm sick
Yeah,
I'm
kind
sick.
of love
of new age vampires.
I kind of love like Jay Leto as an actor, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's one of those things where I like him because he's such a really good actor that somehow manages to pick horrible films. It's like Nick Cage.
Oh yeah, dude. Did you see Colors Out of Time?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
It's the Nicolas Cage one based on the Lovecraft story. But so that movie's actually good.
No, I haven't watched that one.
That one's good.
Color Out of Space.
Yes, Color Out of Space. That's right. I get the two confused, but it's like it's a good movie, and it's Nicolas Cage, and it was like, man, I feel bad for Nicolas Cage, but also some of the stuff he's done with his movies have gone so hard. Like, or
Yeah.
some of the stuff he did with his movie
You know,
money.
I'm a big fan of what's it? Willy's Wonderland.
Oh my god, dude,
The Nick Cage.
that movie was
oh,
fun.
I watched that one with my girlfriend. That one was so because we watched Alien, right? The Alien.
Yeah.
Um, first,
Mhm.
and then we watched Woolly Wonderland after.
Oh
that.
my god, dude.
And at first, my girlfriend hated Alien, right? Because pleb brain.
So true, so true. Speak your truth,
can't
King.
understand true Kino when she sees it.
She hates when.
Well,
Look.
I'll admit, right? James Cameron's Aliens was far better.
Oh, I think that's obvious. I think most people can agree that Aliens is better. But that's like. It's. The way I see it as like. The difference. You know how Dead Space gets compared to Alien a lot?
That's true.
It's like the same sort of thing. Alien 1, and Dead Space 1 are like
Are
the
both
basis
the
of the concept. Aliens and Dead Space 2 are an escalation of the conflict.
Yeah.
The situation's a lot more dire, higher stakes, cooler shit happening.
Yeah, I just want to say Dead Space 2 fucking slapped.
Dude.
That was a good movie. Or game.
Oh, dude.
My bad.
I watched the
It was
Dead Space.
basically a movie. That shit was
It felt
intense,
like
man.
it, dude. That it's one long take. There's no loading screens. That fucked with me. And then like there's like the one part where like you're attacked by the necromorph in the elevator.
Yeah.
After like both games where like elevators are like a safe spot.
Yeah.
That fucking scared the shit out of me. I almost pissed my pants.
Yeah. No, it's
Then the stalker enemies, how like they work together and like try and like coax you into like shooting at them only so that the other ones can like get the. It's so fucking bone chilling.
Yeah. It's
And then I bought Dead Space 3, and that game is not good.
no, Dead Space 3 was
It'd probably be fun with friends, like all video games. I do.
yeah.
It does have my favorite line in all of like movies. Okay, Dead Space 3 is not a movie. Well, it's Alien 3. It's what? What does that even mean? I love that line when like someone tells the like second main character that like aliens exist.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man. You've been like killing necromorphs and zombies. I feel like, an alien is not too.
You would
big
know
of a deal.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those games. It's like is it 6 or 7 Resident Evil? Maybe.
What? 8 was the one that went back to like survival horror.
No, it was the really fucking goofy one.
Was it the one in Africa?
I'm trying to remember.
You've got me thinking about.
Yeah, Resident Evil 6. Yeah, 6. In that it was just goofy. It went from like, kind of a spooky horror but thriller game more so, to essentially a Street Fighter with a slight horror twist to it.
Oh yeah. I think. The joke, the Resident Evil protagonist pulling out the weapon, the conveniently placed weapon of mass destruction, when the main villain transforms into an nearly unkillable abomination.
Yeah.
It's like, Resident Evil, the remake, goes hard.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Sweet
remake
game.
was good. And what's the newest one, Resident Evil Village?
Yeah.
I think that one was great.
I
That one was a really strong.
I thought it was a really good game. I felt like a lot most problems were like solved by the old run around like a solid unbreakable object in the center of a room.
Of course. Well, I mean, the
But
final match, you get in a fucking bulldozer or whatever, and
you fight like werewolves in a cave.
yeah, yeah.
Like what the
it's-
fuck? That's awesome. That's so cool.
It was goofy, but it was like good goofy, not like Street Fighter goofy.
Yeah, you have the tall girl.
Yeah, yeah. What's another? It's those games you get on Steam too with your friends. It's like Only Fap Simulator. You just sit on a call with your friends and
Bro,
giggling your ass off
yeah,
playing that shit.
when like it's got the just like taking in the dialogue.
Yeah.
Because like you could tell that like the people who made the game were not thinking about the dialogue.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, reading through really shitty visual novels with friends is
that's
a
something
blast.
else.
Yeah.
We read the what is it? My Kingdom Silent War
Yeah.
in voice call. We read like 200
Oh,
like
yeah.
186 chapters of
Yeah.
this.
No,
I
was,
finished
I was
it.
with you for that shit.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
it was
Yeah.
Caleb, you and me,
Caleb, me and you, yeah.
and oh my god,
Ugh.
that
That one was
masterpiece, and with the
It was
with
like,
the inflection, because it's not like a masterpiece, but it's like masterpiece.
it was like what's a good analogy? Snafu. Remember when we watched Snafu together?
Yes,
Yeah, it was like that.
that was like a fun show though.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched anime since I finished Snafu angrily.
Likewise, angrily. Well, you lost, bro. Feels
Yeah,
good to be the
for the
winner.
record, Yubi Yugihama is better.
Finish your statement.
Anyway, yeah, no, it was just
So
fun shit.
I wanna say two things. First off, no, Yukino is better. Second off, it was published by Square Enix.
Was it really?
Yes.
No.
You,
No way.
I shit you not. I know this off the
No
top of my
way.
head. It's dude. Brought to you by the creators of Dragon Quest and Kingdom Hearts.
Holy shit! It is.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
What?
it was. My teen romantic comedy snafu.
It's like one of those shows too that I would never watch.
Oh yeah.
I honestly I have no clue. I don't even. I think I recommended it to you.
You did.
I think I was the one who brought it up to you.
Mhm.
Which is goofy because I don't understand why. It's not a movie I'd watch or a show I'd watch. Right? My particular genre, at least when I was watching anime. Right? I watched like Ghost in the Shell.
Mhm.
I watched Jinro, Kino.
Kino. Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell as well as Kino.
Mhm.
Patlabor. I watched Cowboy Bebop, Kino. Samurai Champloo, Kino.
Mhm.
JoJo's, not Kino.
Kino.
A lot of shit. Evangelion, I guess. Kino question mark.
I think it's Evangelion is like
It's tough.
it exists. It certainly is a TV
Alright.
show.
The TV show? That's not where it's at. But End of Evangelion? Kino, period. Kino period.
Well,
End of Evangelion was fire.
I would like you to consider what Quentin Tarantino said about The Matrix, how the later movies ruined the first one. And the way I see it, Ava works in reverse. The foundational stories sucked dog dick.
Yeah.
I assure you, showing this teenage girl half naked is important to the to the Christian analogy. I assure you.
The remake movies were also actually pretty good.
I've heard good things. I didn't see them, but
they're in production quality and also just in scope and scale.
That's
they
good
went
to hear.
from shitty slice of life for what was most of the show to being
that's one
like
of the
just
things.
An actually decent mecha movie.
Were you with us when we watched Darling in the Franxx?
I think I was, yeah.
The one where like a third of the way through it like
02 or whatever her name is.
Yes, it's 02. Someone who is not a character. They're not a character.
No, it's shit. It's
they
awful.
have no name. They don't have a name. They have a number. It's
It
bad.
was really a not good show.
They travel into space for the final act.
People hyped that one up.
Did you know
so
that?
much.
I don't think the people.
I don't think I finished that show.
I don't think most people finished that show. I don't think most people even watched the show.
No, the only people who watched the show
are lunatics.
Are either lunatics or people who simp over 02. And the only reason I know 02's name is exactly that.
So we watched it because we were curious.
Right.
We wanted to know why so many people were such big fans. And let me tell you, there is no reason. It is a bad show. Bad characters. It's a neat premise. Like, kind of Lord of the Flies thing. A dude gets, like, cheated on. Kind of.
Lord of the Flies, what?
Well, so...
Bro, you're doing some reading in that shit.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying so hard to justify watching it. Dude,
Yeah,
they
you
go
don't
into
need to
fucking...
justify it.
They go into fucking space.
I mean, okay, that's kind of fire.
Out of
though.
nowhere. Like, aliens just start raining down. It goes
kinda
hard. Goes hard. Makes no sense, but it goes hard.
Oh, yeah.
Bad writing. Pretty fucking sick. Like,
Yeah,
have you
what
ever
was-
seen Dragon Ball? I mean...
I've actually not seen a single episode of Dragon Ball, which is crazy because the friend I went and saw Top Gun and usually see a bunch of movies with. Speaking of hyped for Bullet Train,
Brad
yeah,
Pitt's a great actor. I'm really excited.
he is in so deep into Dragon Ball and One Piece, it's not even funny.
Oh my god.
It's crazy, and honestly, I think it gives him some sort of power because we go to the gym together, and he benches at least twice my weight.
Oh my god.
I weigh 170. He benches like
340.
2.5. Yeah. He benches like 3 plates. Like it's crazy.
Jesus, dude.
This kid is jacked up, and I think it gives him power. I think he goes into his fucking Super Saiyan mode. He gets the One Piece.
Yeah, dude, no, that's not even funny. That's what they're after. It's fucked up, dude. You can't. It's like, imagine if in Top Gun Maverick, at the
I
end,
must find the Top Gun.
imagine if at the end it's like you really are the Top Gun Maverick, or like you really are Top. Like
Patrick, it was you. You're the American Psycho.
you were the.
Like-
I am Taxi Driver.
I am Taxi Driver.
You could call me Joker 2018.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say that. It's like, that's fucked up, dude.
No, he keeps trying to get me into it. I'm like, I am not watching that shit, bro. You will catch me dead. You will catch me rotting. On the side of I-95 before you find me watching One Piece. Bro.
Several of my coworkers really like shonen anime.
Are they women?
One is.
Okay.
The other is Matt
That Matt?
Samborski. The cool one.
Legend.
Yeah, like the goat. Yeah, he likes Attack on Titan.
Okay. I haven't watched Attack on Titan,
It's bad.
but I've heard good things. I've
It's
actually heard really good things about it.
those people are lying to you. They don't know what good is. So the
That
map
could
of
be.
the map of the world is our world upside down.
That's okay. To be fair, that's kind of cool.
Shut your mouth. You're just being a contrarian at this point. It's okay. It's a little cool, but it's not that cool. It's not cool enough to shut up.
It's retarded, but it's cool.
Exactly. And then also, it's a flesh mecha, which Eskenflown did like 2,000 years ago and infinitely better. And then also, it's the main character is invincible. Like, there's no flat
but
threat.
that's just shonen in general.
Exactly, but that's why shonen's bad.
I don't think watching for JoJo's, for example.
Oh yeah, no,
Right.
I'm
That-
not watching. I would
that-
never
that
watch that. And
first-
expect like a compelling.
That first death of Jonathan, because I never read the manga, right?
Yeah.
I only started reading the manga after I finished part 5. Not worth it, by the way. Part 8 or part 7 was pretty good, but the rest of them were not worth it. Anyway, yeah, like Jonathan dies, right? Spoiler alert, for the most overhyped anime of the world.
True.
Everybody's heard this story. Jonathan dies, and I was like, "What the hell? This could happen, right?" And then we go into the second one. I can't remember the name of the arc for the life of me, but
It should be like Golden Piss Cum Sock or something.
yeah, yeah, no, and it was just like shonen shit, and Stardust Crusaders was shonen shit, and the fourth one was shonen shit, and the fifth one. All right, real for a second. Fifth one was Kino. Completely unironically, just it was actually just straight Kino. And that one was different, but at the end, the main character basically just becomes a god too. So it still has that issue of generic shonen anime.
I think it's important to realize what shonen is, which is
Yeah.
like shows for young guys,
Young
boys.
boys. Yeah.
But I also think when in the first episode you show a woman screaming for her life as she's ripped in half and eaten in front of her children, I think
Yeah.
there's like a tone inconsistency.
Yeah.
Like imagine if in Berserk, where in the manga you open to our main character having sex with a woman, only for the woman to reveal herself to be a succubus, only for him to reveal that he knows to blow her fucking head off with a cannon in his arm. And then in the next episode, they're like, and like in the next like chapter, they're like making jokes about like potatoes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be. It's not. It wouldn't be consistent. It'd be funny.
Yeah. It's
That'd be funny, but
It's it's a bit amusing listening to people converse about shit like that too. Like I had, Fire and the rest of that server having, like, at least I went to work and then I came back from work and they were still arguing about Fairy Tail. And it's like, why waste your time?
One of my coworkers recommended me that as well.
No, it's not good. I've put a considerable amount of time into watching 10 episodes.
Like in the sense you had to force yourself to watch and not just like
Yeah.
turn it off and
Yeah.
go play it like not play like War Thunder.
I felt every 30 minutes of that.
And look, it's like when like a doctor says like you have an hour to live. It's like I'm gonna put on 2 episodes.
One Piece.
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's gonna last a while.
I'm gonna catch up.
I gotta catch up. I think so. I just don't like shonen. When I watched anime, I would almost exclusively watch like slice of life.
Yeah.
Cause like, it's fun. It's like chill. There's not like stakes or anything.
I think other than Snafu, which we talked about, the
Yeah.
only other slice of life, like actual slice of life, because there's some where they have that kind of theme.
But
right?
then there's
you
like
could say, yeah, you could say for like Space Dandy, for a Black Lagoon Kino, by the way. Um,
true.
you could say they have a kind of slice of life to them because they show the characters, but the only show that was like focused on slice of life that I enjoyed was Nichijou. Nichijou.
Nichijou?
Kino. Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
So
it's so good.
Kino.
I can only imagine the wrist injuries the artists must have.
from the
From it's
the
like
overproduction.
it's so fun.
No, it really is.
That's
it's
like
one of those. It's one of those things. Like, right. I'm ashamed to admit, I watched Konosuba,
I
all
did
the way
as well.
through.
I did as well.
I actually didn't
No-
mind it too much.
No shame in
wasn't-
it. We were all promised an incredible TV show.
Yeah, yeah. And you
We
know
were-
what? It
we-
was not incredible. It was pretty
Yeah.
mid.
It
But
was
there were parts where I was actually kind of giggling.
yeah. There's some good jokes in it.
Yeah.
It doesn't take it so seriously.
Yeah,
It knows
which
what
is
it
nice.
is.
It's definitely nice versus like ReZero or something like.
I think ReZero, I enjoyed it, but that's because I was able to get really into it
Yeah.
because I watched it all in one night,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's I think the best way to take in stuff like that. Like that there's Akame ga Kill. I watched that.
Kill a Kill or
No.
okay, good.
I watched that. I didn't like it that much. I didn't like it at all.
Akame ga Kill. I don't think.
It's
Do I know this one?
not really. It's like
Is this the bitch that looks like Enterprise in it?
Don't think so. It's like it's not
Or
too.
is that more like a Turpitz looking? Sorry,
Yeah,
you know.
no, the what Azteth with the blue hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's that. It's like it's not a bad. It's an all right show. It's like pretty fun. It's like it's got some good characters. One of the only male characters I'm pretty sure is gay. And it's just like not like they don't care about it. It's not like a focus point or anything.
Oh, of course, of course.
It's just like part, and it's like, huh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it was.
That's good. Good job, guys. Good representation.
It's definitely kind of funny, kind of funky, just how you can go from like even in the same studio or the same night, watching shows like that. Like the only show I don't think I watched in the span of 3 nights was JoJo's.
I think
one
that'd be
watched.
that would kill you.
That would kill me.
You'd have to
I
have like
watched-
5 months. It's like
I watched the 5th one, Golden Wind. I watched that one, or is it Golden Wind? Golden Experience? I don't know. Who cares? I think I watched that one in like 3 nights. Because, again, I zoomed through that one. That one was good.
Mhm.
But, yeah, the other ones, it was like an episode or 2 a night. I wasn't spending all my time on that. And this was back in COVID, right?
Oh,
I had
yeah.
all the shit time to spend.
COVID. Dude, COVID gave me. That's actually when I watched most of the shows I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Like
I don't think I've watched. That's a lie. I don't think I've watched through a whole series that I haven't watched before since the start of this past school year.
Have you seen The Witcher?
I'm not,
Dude.
and I'm not going to watch The Witcher.
Why?
I'm not gonna do it.
Why?
No, not happening.
Why?
Um,
It's so good. It's Henry Cavill, bro. And it's
Yeah, and I will watch Man of Steel, if I want to see Henry Cavill.
Don't do this, man. Don't do this to me, man. Don't start talking about the Schneiderverse, bro. I hate Zack Schneider. Ah.
It's funny, at my college orientation we had this like game, right, and big quotation marks on game, where you had to, they were like, oh, let's promote civil discourse here, so they had us like pick between two things, and stand on the opposite side of the room, and then they'd give us a mic to try and argue it. Right. For example, we had Spotify Music versus Apple Music. Apple Music's argument was like, oh, we're a one-time fee. We have some cool features to it. Spotify's argument was, and I quote, broke.
True. Yeah. True. That's true, bro. They got their ass.
Yeah.
I would have just said that they're not Apple.
Yeah, but no, we did the same thing. Marvel versus DC, and everybody's like, all right, ignoring Schneiderverse, most DC movies are all right, are okay. But no, it was just it's yeah, with COVID and everything, anime kind of gave me a lot of time to just watch it for fun.
I watched a good amount of stuff. I was reading manga actually for a while. I still kind of do a little bit, but that's just because like it's easy to consume.
Yeah, that's true.
I think honestly,
I did get into reading manga. I read through Berserk in 2 weeks,
dude.
Which is a feat in of itself.
Yeah, that's like someone saying that they speed read Dune and understood it.
No. I don't even think I need to say that Berserk was Kano. Everybody knows.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows this.
Everybody knows. I also
Retruthed.
Dorohedoro was really fucking good. And it was like I don't want to say Berserk on LSD, but it was kind of like that.
That's the one with the lizard guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was mad fucking good. Which is crazy because the author's a woman, right?
Dude, shut up. I think I watched Toradora, and then I read Toradora, and I think I enjoyed the anime more, and I think that was surprising, because it had like a good conclusion. Because unlike most romance animes, it doesn't just like stay with like romantic tension for like 20 seasons with nothing happening.
Yeah.
Like the main characters like get together at the end.
Right.
But like, and then I read Quintessential Quintuplets, and it's a pretty alright read. And then I saw the anime. What little of it I could get through. I don't know.
It's so boring, bro.
How you could murder a pretty decent and solid plot. Because the whole point is that it's 5 fucking morons being taught by like a really smart person who also like has autism and doesn't know how to handle like people. And it's like, that's a good, convincing plot. It's like, I relate, literally me. And then it's like, in the show, it's like, I've seen this before. Like, I just don't care. Like, and then I read Chainsaw Man.
I need to read that one.
It's actually good.
I know, I still need to read that.
It's solid. I didn't expect it to. I thought it'd be garbage.
Yeah, that author, I know that author's making a new book as well, which is supposed to be as good or better.
That's exciting. I think so.
It's out. Yeah.
I think the art style, though, that's what like captivated me.
Well, yeah, it was the same thing for me with like Dorohedoro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dorohedoro. It's messy, right? it doesn't look
It looks
like anime. The main female protagonist looks more like a Midwestern farm girl, which is awesome. Because
shout
you
out
know
to the
that's
shout out to the
yeah.
Midwest.
Shout out to
Shout out to the
shout out to
Midwest.
shout out to actual strong women.
Real.
Because she kicked ass, and also it didn't feel forced. You know, it wasn't some girl who weighed 30 pounds throwing her weight with 500-pound monsters.
Oh yeah.
Um,
It was like a fucking brick shit house of a person beating the fuck out of.
She like beat the shit out of people. It was awesome.
That goes
I love
hard,
that.
dude.
No, it went so hard. The other main character, her name's Noi. Yeah, I think Noi. I think, and she's like, she's kind of like that, except instead of somebody who still has a very feminine body at the end of the day, um, she's fucking ripped. She's more ripped than all of the male protagonists in the book. Like, her lats are huge. They're like a triangle, right? Like, let me see if I can.
True. I think I know who you're
Noi.
talking about. Because I remember someone talking about. Yeah, I know.
Probably me. Yeah.
That's the woman with the white hair, red eyes.
Yeah, that would be it.
The second brick shit house.
Yeah.
Great expression, by the way. Brick shit house. Big fan
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Nick Kaito being the QT farm girl, I guess.
True.
Let's see. She also transformed into a devil partway through the show, through the manga.
Goes hard,
the show
dude.
didn't
Real.
get that far. Let's see. I'm trying to find a. Yeah, here we go.
See, this is like. I think.
And here's Nikaido.
Yeah. I think one of the main problems when, like, artists try and create, like, strong people in general. I think women definitely get the shortest end of the stick.
Yeah.
But, like, they build them like bodybuilders.
Yeah.
But bodybuilders are strong for show. Mostly. But, like, strong people who are just built, like, absolutely, they look almost smooth. Almost. And then they do something. And then you see it.
Wow.
Cause like at least the way I've always seen it, like bodybuilders train to reduce body fat as much as possible, so that their muscles are like
they
bulging out
get
of their
lean.
bodies.
Right. So it's to be very vascular, right? But I'd say on the other side of it, it's not so much the body fat, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with me. I have a very low body fat. I bench 125 or 135. I deadlift 3 plates, right? So not a strength issue for me. I know I'm not jacked, but when I hold my arm out, you don't see it, right? But the people who take steroids, who take Trenbutol, or not
dude, yeah,
but
definitely.
and all that shit, right? That's when you see the muscles just stay there constantly because they're constantly pumped up, versus like natty muscles, where they get the pump, and that's when you see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree though.
That like it's a lot of like the like people who look like they're just like on enough steroids to down an elephant.
All right, to be fair, Noi is probably on enough steroids to kill half the population of the Earth.
Probably, but I like that they didn't like draw her like, I guess would be traditional. With like ginormous bulging muscles that look like they're about to.
Well, yeah. So it's one of those things.
Hey,
too,
dude.
Where
Dude,
what's up?
is this real?
Dude, that's so real.
Is that, dude, a
Dude,
true reblog if true? Hold on,
true.
dude.
Check check out his fucking abs, bro. What the hell?
Is that true?
I know that guy.
I know that guy.
He goes to my gym.
Oh my god. What? What about? Is this? This is like a DeviantArt page of these images.
I don't want to see this shit anymore.
I'm looking.
Get this off my feed.
I'm exploring. I'm traveling. I'm diversifying my.
No, yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I think it was also just kind of a goofy show.
I like
right?
that. When I like it when like shows are just like kind of goofy and don't
Yeah,
try
just
and like
goofy for the
justify
fun
it.
of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like Berserk, for example, I think is one of those rarer shows where it's just generally good all
It
around.
is serious and like it, there are like some jokes that like
Yeah.
stick, and there
Yeah.
are also, but there's like,
There's some moments that aren't it, but most of the funny moments and most of the serious moments it earns.
oh, 100%.
With how prominent rape is in the Berserk universe, um, it also kind of makes me think that what's his name, Kenjo, um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, had some sort of sexual issues in his early life or something, and it's a coping mechanism. But
Oh, 100%. That's like one of the whole things.
it was, in any case, it was a very strong. It doesn't take any blows, and it earns what it puts out.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. A lot of. Oh man, this is. So, did you ever watch Sword Art Online?
I did not.
So, I think you should. I think you should watch it with your girlfriend. Because if you watch it alone, you'll probably try and claw your eyes
Probably
out.
kill myself.
Yeah, you'll lose your mind. Because it's bad. But it's bad in a way that I don't know if I can describe. It's too fast. Pacing is an issue, and the writers didn't learn that. And so much happens in like 3 episodes. And then when the show ends, it ends really weird. And then
Yeah.
you move on to the next thing, like nothing happened. And it's like a gun game. And like they're shooting guns and stuff, and new love interest, murder. And then there's, after that, it's like elves. So it's bad. But everyone knows elves are terrible.
Yeah.
So I think you should watch that. You should watch at least the first part of SAO. And then I think you should read the SAO Progressive, which was basically like retelling the story in a good way. So like it does.
Impossible.
It works, because what it does, it makes it a lot slower. It makes like the relationships between the main characters feel more real. It's like fun, and it's like humorous when it needs to be, and like it gets a more serious tone when it needs to be. Right. There's like a lot of characters that are good. They expand upon like, in one part of the show, like the 2 main characters encounter like an AI and they adopt it as their child, basically. Yeah, it's weird. And in the Progressive, it goes more into detail with like how fucking crazy the creator of the game was, that he was able to like create artificial intelligence within the game.
Right.
In like a way where like it was full AI.
Right.
And like the consequences of that, how like, they're fake things, but they still realistically can feel. So it's like, what the fuck? what do you do? Because, I don't know. Man, I rewatched SAO a little while ago. I cried.
Right.
It's so ungood.
Yeah.
And then I read Berserk.
Berserk was a nice change of pace, definitely, from some of this shit. Alright, full disclosure, I'm not a pedophile, right? I tried to watch Lucky Star.
Okay.
I could, because I saw the fucking, the Out of Touch Friday and shit, or Out of Touch Thursday, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know what, this is kind of funny. I'm sure this show isn't that bad.
Lucky Star is like one of the poster children for slice of life where nothing happens.
Watching that show made me feel a very funny feeling. And, this was weird. I've never felt like this before.
Where are you taking this, Kyle?
It persisted for the next couple of days. I called my doctor. He called me to a therapist. Therapist told me I was suicidal. And after that I stopped watching, went away. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no issues.
So, that makes sense. I watched... Oh my god, dude. Oh god. It's... Man. I watched Yuri Yuri.
I already hate that show by the title of it.
Yeah. It's fun. It's just kind of fun. It's like... It's really goofy. Like, one of the main characters is just, like, a lazy asshole. And, like, another one is just, like... someone who, like, just has their shit together. And so, like, the annoying asshole will, like, show up at the, like, ones that's together's house. It's like, get out of my house. And it's like, so what are you doing for dinner tonight? And it's like, something without you. And then it's like, oh, come on. And it's like...
That's some kind of fucking Arrested Development skit. Right?
It really is. It felt like I was watching, like, young girls playing out that show. With the context of, like, a tea club. Because it's fun. It's like if they went to, like... If they went to a grocery store, it'd be fucking wild.
Yeah.
It would be like that awful meme. And I think Lucky Star does that wrong.
Yeah.
They do it wrong where it's like actually nothing happens.
It's actually like the empty anime.
Like in Yuri Yuri, there's like character conflicts, quotation marks. Because it's like, they're all friends and stuff, and they're like mostly just shooting shit.
You're right.
And this, it's not. It's not that at all.
Yeah.
Lucky Star is just not good.
It's
hollow. It made me feel so empty. That's like... It's how... When I finish a book or a series, I feel empty. I read a book sophomore year. It's a Warhammer book. Prospero Burns. And at the end, the main character who we followed and who we've, like, been hanging out with and, like, learning about for, like, the last entire book, he was revealed to have been, like, nothing more than a plant, a spy, for like another faction. Like most of his life was a fucking lie.
Yeah.
And he's like he had to come to terms with that. And so like it's like this really harrowing journey of like self-realization for him. And at the end like the like demigod like Primarch, you know, one of the strongest people is like I'll see you next winter because they froze the main character so that he could be like, you know, tell tales in the future, like, you know, what are they called? The cautionary tales. It's like he could like, you know, warn people in the future of like, you know, man's folly or some shit.
Okay.
And it's like I was in class and I started crying. And that was I think the last time I like really cried.
Yeah.
Because it was like I was into the book. And then I learned that the main character was never coming back.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. And they didn't even die.
It's just not coming back. You know, you switch to somebody else's perspective, right?
Yeah. Because,
Yeah.
like, in most books, it goes into, like, you know, something else entirely. It'll be, like, in a new character with, like, a new conflict and stuff. And it's really cool because it explores a lot of what's happening. But also, man, I'm trying to... You can't do this to me. You're breaking my heart. And that's how I felt when I watched SAO again. Because I realized, when I watched it the first time, I enjoyed it. And then I learned that I enjoyed something so utterly hollow. Like, I collapsed to my knees. It was very...
Blade Runner 2049 Ryan Gosling gift.
Exactly, like Blade Runner 2049 Ryan Gosling anger gif. Exactly like that.
Yeah, no.
And that's like, you know, that's a...
There's a lot of just goofy shit, right? And something kind of along the lines. I don't know if you're familiar with Space Dandy at all.
Somewhat.
It's called Space Dandy. It's criminally underrated, I think. Not enough people know about it. And essentially, what Space Dandy
Oh, yeah,
is
I know
about
about those.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. You know, they meet at the start of the show. They meet at a space Hooters called Boobies, right? Like, this show's fucking ridiculous. He's got a little egg robot for a sidekick and a lazy ass cat, like a neckbeard cat,
True.
as a sidekick, right?
Okay.
And some of the crazy shit, right? Because it's episodic, right? You know, none
Yeah.
of the episodes carry on to each other to affect each other at all.
Anthology.
Right. Correct. So one episode is about them racing like surfboards and shit in space, right? Space surfboards. And it's fucking ridiculous, but it looks super cool. It's animated really competently. It's super colorful, super pretty, very well detailed, everything, right? In the next episode, it's about the cat going back to his estranged father when he's stuck in a time loop, and working with his father and building a relationship with his father, even though his father doesn't remember a single one of the days. And as he warms up to the father, even though the father starts coming back, you know, or the father, you know, wiped memory every day,
Mm-hmm.
still loves his son the same. And at the end, you know, he like finds a way to end the time loop, and then they've got a good relationship, and then you never see the family again. To another episode with the main character, like Space Dandy, having like a high school musical in space, right? Fucking ridiculous. Banger song at the end. And to one of the most I don't even have words to describe it. The closest thing you can get to an alien piece of media, right? Like
the whole world is like alien. It's like these plants, and they're sentient and shit, and I can't even like put into words like what's going on. It's just crazy. It's schizo. It's a hyperborea edit.
Okay. Okay, I'm understanding this now.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
coming
yeah.
together.
To the next one, it's like the egg robot having a romance with a coffee machine. To the one after that being like, fuck, I don't even know. I'm trying to recall one. They go on a hunt for like space ramen. There's this like romance one which is actually like really sad. The best one is easily the one where Space Dandy, the main character, like arrests a little girl and then takes the little girl to go see her grandpa before he turns her into the bounty station. And it's like the whole, friends we make along the way kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like remarkably good, and it has no reason to be good because in every episode they go to a space Hooters called Boobies. Like, it's
Wow.
it makes me angry. But it's by Watanabe.
Okay.
Shinichiro Watanabe. I don't know his first or his, I guess, last name. It would be Watanabe Shinichiro in Japan, but I'm not a weeb.
Real?
Anyway, so yeah, he's the guy who made Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Samurai Champloo.
I can see that in the art style, like so colorful.
Really, really talented guy. I don't know if you've watched Champloo before. I think we need to watch Champloo together if you haven't.
I've not.
It's remarkable. It's really good. It's you know how Cowboy Bebop is space mixed with jazz, right?
Yeah.
Champloo is samurai era Japan mixed with hip hop. Like, it's awesome. It's really good.
Okay. That was cool.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's just an actual like really good story, especially with the second season of episodes. It gets crazy good.
That seems interesting. I think like we need stuff with cool concepts.
No, yeah, we don't get that anymore. We
It's
get the
like-
same. We get the same. Anon gets hit by a truck. And now this
travel to-
neat who's never done anything wrong in his life, perfect guy, a stand-in everything.
Incel, true cell.
Definitely not a loser.
Not a loser, guys.
Goes into a foreign world and gets a harem of women. Right.
A soulful kino. That's what the people want.
That's what the people want.
And then when the translators or localizers translates, them to, or like, I don't know, like, she to they, and like an instance where it's not even, it's like a, just like a normal,
Just
because
makes sense.
yeah, it's like it
it's
makes
not,
sense. It's like
intentional.
Something. But just before we end the podcast, I want to talk to you about something really quick.
Let's hear it.
So, I've noticed a very interesting connection. Now, Nazis, both Nazis or not Nazis, that's the wrong word, right-wing retards, and weebs.
I know one.
I do too. They have this weird fascination with hating on a concept they both refer to as the West. According to these two groups of weebs and right-wing morons, the West comprises the U.S., her and most of her allies, and Europe and such, and the rest of the world is places like Japan or like Russia, etc. Or like
Yeah.
Serbia or like Bosnia,
Yeah.
places that aren't necessarily the greatest. And I think that it is a pipeline from one to the other. I think it's
in both directions, right?
Yes, in both directions. Where people who are like really conservative in an annoying way will often become weeb losers who don't do anything. And
Yeah,
weeb
that
losers
was
who don't do anything will often become right wing idiots. And I noticed that I started to fall into that as well.
oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
then I got a
almost did
job.
that. I almost did that, and then not only I got a job, but like I went to school for the final year
Yeah.
in person, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I went in person school, right? So people hype up harem anime, right? People hype up, oh, having a harem would be so cool. I had that experience. It sucks.
Do you know how many?
It's not fun.
You know what sucks?
It's not fun.
Having to deal with a lot of people all the time.
No, you know what sucks? Having to deal with women all the time. I am tired of it. And I'm tired
Preach.
of the shit my girlfriend gives me because a whole fucking squad of freshman girls will follow me around anywhere I go inside the band room. Like,
You gotta kill
was-
them. You have to take them
I-
out.
there was two that were like really good people, and I was fond of them. They were like little sisters to me. And the rest of them, I don't know why they were following me around. I was band captain at the time, right?
Mhm.
So, and I think that's probably part of it is women tend to like leaders,
Did you see
strong
the,
leaders particularly.
Did you see
but-
the one tweet that it's like when you meet his friend group and he ain't the leader?
Yeah.
And it's like, what is this, recess? It's
Yeah,
like, what's
like-
next when you meet his friend group and he ain't the fastest?
Yeah, right.
He can't
no,
run.
I mean,
he
it-
can't run from the
seriously,
tree
like,
to the play
it's-
place in 10 seconds.
It's crazy, right? Just how much being confident will get you places, right? And I'm not in a place or in a desire to want to take advantage of that, right?
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend outside the program,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Outside the program, you're
so
talking about
these
it
are-
like it's a rehab.
It was like that for me. I was rehabbing from my cripplingly neat status.
Yeah.
So I start at the beginning of the year, and I'm super pale. I probably haven't spoken to anybody other than my girlfriend in person in months.
Mhm.
Well, no, that's a lie. I got a job first before I went to school, and that
Yeah.
helped too. Crazy what being employed does to a motherfucker.
Oh, dude.
Um,
People like don't have jobs for like a week and they change.
it's true.
And that, dude, people get really tight. People who used to have jobs, when you tell them to get jobs, they're really
Hey,
tight about that.
Hey, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. Speaking from experience, so for context, I was messing with a friend of mine, a mutual friend of ours, at like 4 a.m, and I was telling him to get a job, cause he was like,
I was asleep at this time.
Yeah,
I
he-
read this conversation after the fact.
he was like talking about Russia, and I was telling him to like shut up and go outside and like log off,
Yeah.
cause like it doesn't matter, like I don't care,
Yeah.
and like he talks about it all the time, and it's obnoxious.
It was like one thing when he posted like actual updates, and then
Yeah.
it just became like Russia wank
Yeah,
constantly.
and it's like,
shut up, bro.
I get it, right? I get that you don't like the U.S.,
Yeah.
but what does this accomplish? You're like one guy, but like,
Yeah.
So I was like fucking with him. I wasn't taking it seriously, and so like I started saying this like, hey bro, get a job, and then he just started getting like really, it's like, hey man, you don't know what it's like, and it's like, whoa, okay.
It's like, yeah, get off my dick. You're constantly obsessed with this. Like, chill out, dude.
It's like, come on, man. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
We're just horsing
Yeah.
around.
But yeah, I mean, I got a job, and that definitely helped my social skills improve.
I love
And
working.
then
I,
yeah,
lo- I love my job so much. Like,
I actually really hate my job, but I like working.
yeah,
Um,
that makes sense. I like,
uh,
yeah. Yeah, I agree
yeah,
with that.
and after that, I was section leader for a while, and then I got promoted to band captain because I was doing so good.
Ball out,
and
bro.
it's I'm it's high school band, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not my life.
Yeah.
I want to make that clear. It's not something I hang on to. Um,
You got your varsity jacket with your band letter.
I didn't get a varsity jacket. I intentionally chose not to get a varsity jacket.
Ball out, dude. Let's go.
Ball out. I do have my band letter.
Nice.
But I wasn't going to not accept that at our like party at the end. So I was
You're like
okay.
awards night.
I got like a national award from doing band too, which was kind of sick.
Dude, that's awesome. Congrats.
But yeah, so like people would like actually refer to these girls as a harem, right? Like it was like
that's gross.
it was no like older women volunteers. Her name. She's not listening right now. Love her to death. She's my friend's mom. She walked by me and gym friend I was talking about. We were eating at a breakfast place, and she walks by and she sees us and she gives me a hug, and then we start talking and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna tell my son to have a wholesome time in college. Just have a safe time. I want him to do drugs. I want him to get laid. I want him to have fun in college. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying, Michelle?
Yeah, it's
What
like,
are you talking about?
I think
You're crazy.
I think I understand the sentiment, but all that will do is make your child a loser. If you want them to do that stuff,
No,
you have to lock him in.
Already a loser. Let's be 100% honest here.
But so like,
Right? I mean, he's a
kid,
super nice guy, but he's a loser. He plays GTA all day.
rough. A kid can't rebel if they have supportive parents, so they won't like be interested in stuff like that. If their parents are like, as long as you do it outside the house. Like my parents are stoners, right? I'm never. I will never try pot. I just don't care. I'm like so beyond over it because I live in a house with it, and it's like I smell it all the time, and it like I'm not used to it. It smells odd. Like when I was younger, I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was incense. So my brains associated it with like playing like Warcraft 3 on like a rainy day.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah. So now anytime I like play Warcraft 3, it's like I think of the pot smell, and it's like, fuck. Because it's like, what a crummy thing to associate like a nice afternoon with.
No, it's funny because same thing. My girlfriend, I went roller skating with her today. Actually,
How's that?
I nearly dislocated my knee.
Sounds like roller skating, yeah.
Yeah. So we're in the car back, and she turns to me out of nowhere. She's like, Kyle, are you gonna do drugs in college? Like, what? Like out of nowhere, right? We're having a conversation about what we were talking about, fucking pizza at the time. About
Real?
The best pizza joints that were around.
Marcos.
And she asked me like about if I'm gonna start partying, doing massive, copious amounts of alcohol and weed, and I'm like, no, we've been together 3 years. You should know better than me. And she's like, I just gotta make sure you're not like, holy shit. Girl.
I love that. I think, like, I understand that sentiment so much. I think if I was asked the same question, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't take it seriously. I'd be like, probably. And it's like, look,
that's the same thing. I did the same thing. Worst mistake of my life because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do all the drugs. She's like, I'm serious. I'm serious. Don't joke with me. I'm serious. Are you being serious? And then she like starts fake crying, and I'm like, oh my god.
Look, dude, if the stemmies are on the table, I'm not gonna decline. But like,
Hey, you know what? I ain't taking party drugs, right? But those steroids, man.
mm-mm.
I'm gonna be hitting that trend daily, bro.
Damn right.
Daily.
Damn right.
But yeah, no, I grew up around a lot of alcohol, right? My dad brews beer, right? And he's not drunk at
So
all.
does mine.
Um,
My dad's funny drunk. He's
yeah,
like.
my dad doesn't. My dad doesn't drink to the point of getting drunk. He's responsible, and I've been raised in a way where I just kind of see that if I do drink, that's the way I want to drink.
Yeah, like just to like.
I just want to be
chill.
responsible.
Yeah.
Like I. So I told my girlfriend, yeah, I might social drink, and she gave me the biggest frowny face of my life. Dude.
Aww.
It's like, wrong answer.
Like the puppy dog eyes.
Like yeah, like not a full angry pout, but like a pout. Proper, like just
It's like
disappointed.
why would it's
That's
like
why?
no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like
Forgive me.
she's like, are you gonna do weed? And I was like, I might try it, but I'm not interested in like consuming it.
Wrong answer.
Like wrong answer, right? And then I said something about LSD, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a joke, right?
Yeah.
And she was right. So here's my thing. I don't want to take shit that's mind altering, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty strongly against doing that. Like alcohol, weed, one thing, right? Because it's
LSD is a
really
hallucinogen, pure and
right.
simple.
It's a hallucinogenic, right? I don't even really want to take like antidepressants or anti-schizo pills or any of that, right? Like,
Hey man, what are you saying there? Have you been prescribed antipsychotics?
No.
You're like he's scratching his neck right now. I can see him all the way down in Florida. He's scratching his neck. He's like looking side to side.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what-
There are no bugs on my skin right now.
What do you mean? My veins are perfectly efficient. I don't need to
What do you
rearrange
mean?
them.
The voices are not telling me to kill people right now.
Yeah, man, for real.
No, oh god, I knew this. She's crazy. She was a very nice girl, but she was crazy. She's dating a good friend of mine. He's like this like jacked Indian kid from Guatemala. I'm not sure how that happens. Don't ask me.
Dot or feather?
Dot.
Okay.
And no, he doesn't have a dot. He's just
Yeah, I didn't.
ethnically.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And she is crazy because I had a class with her, right? She's a junior.
Mhm.
I graduated, so I guess she's a senior now. And she would just start giggling to herself in the middle of class out of nowhere. And then I'd look at her, and then she'd stop and she'd stare at me. And so I talk with her, and she's like, yeah, I forget people can observe me. And I'm like, oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Dude. Okay, so not to be that guy, sometimes I'll think of like a funny joke I said like a day ago, and I'll start laughing to myself, and I too will forget that people can perceive me, but I would never play it off like that.
This is like full on like
maniacal laughing.
like maniacal like
This
Joker
isn't like
laughter.
like ah.
This is like actual like class disrupting. This is not like
okay.
mild snorts at the back of class. It's like cackling.
Jesus.
It's like, and she's like this case study for she has like several sleep studies that she's a part of just because of how messed up she is.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like she's.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. I had her older sister was in band with me. She was in band with me too, but her older sister was my section leader. So I'm well familiar with her and her family. Her family, her dad is like a band teacher, and in the Calvin and Hobbes comic where he's talking about getting his hair like cut across and lengthwise,
Mm-hmm.
And dyed pink. That's her dad's haircut, right?
Oh my
Like
god.
her dad's like that, right?
Like
Her older
corked up
sister.
shoddy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Her older sister. I'm gonna keep it 100% real. Uh, I had a bad crush on her for the longest time, and so I didn't realize until probably like my sophomore year. She's fucking crazy too. She's probably worse because she disappeared, and they found her in California,
mm.
out of nowhere, right? And not like partying California, not just wandering the streets of California.
So not Tech Valley or Hollywood, California. Like
No, no parties.
meth head burning down
No,
California.
no parties. Passed every drug test. Um, no alcohol in the system.
Oh.
Nothing. She was just in California. I live in Florida, for reference, to everybody listening, right?
That's...
South Florida.
Oh my god.
We have no clue how she ended up over there because she didn't take a car with her. She didn't take anything with her. But she ended up over there somehow.
How long did it take for people to find her?
30... No. No, it was way less than that. It was during the summer, and it was like 13 days.
Jesus.
Yeah, 13 days, because she disappeared. Next day was missing persons report. Everybody was freaking out. And then a week later, we get a call from the California, is like the San Jose Police Department. And they found her, and like, what the hell?
How?
So you know, that moment when I realized she was insane, I stopped crushing immediately.
That seems, honestly, that seems kind of bipolar, if anything.
Probably.
Like, that's the kind of things, like, you need probably some medication and a lot of therapy.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some issues going on behind the scene.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a bit bizarre. It was a bit crazy. It's
I think this happens often, I think, although, of all this, this is like, you know, not to insult the great nation of Florida, but compared to, like, the stories of, like, some lawyer smoking a bunch of, like, crocodile or injecting a bunch of crocodile and then eating a homeless man's face off, that's rather tame.
or it feels to kill people. Yeah, that's basically the gift. That's the gift of the Florida experience, really. Like, put that
Yeah.
one in the podcast for sure.
Oh, dude,
you know?
100%.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's one of those things. I really love Florida. Right. I moved down from Michigan my freshman year. And I really love Florida. Right. It's been great for me. Nothing but great for me. I've had so many cool opportunities, met so many cool people, cool experiences.
You're Cuban now.
Yeah. It
South
Cuban-
Florida, everyone's Cuban.
I've gotten scholarships for playing jazz, right, and gotten Department of Defense internships lined up and all that, and I wouldn't have been able to
Wow.
do that had I not moved to Florida, right? Because in Michigan there was not much options for me. It was either go to U of M, go to University of Michigan, Michigan University,
Michigan State.
Michigan State. Thank you. Wow, I'd spent so long. Or go to like a community college, maybe. What's that one over in Adrian? I don't even know.
The Tech Center.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, LISD. That's a good place though.
It really is.
But yeah, no. I just and it kind of sucked because I didn't have all the childhood friends here. Like, it was crazy when I came to visit you guys for
Oh,
your
yeah.
graduation. that everybody recognized me. I was not expecting that.
Oh yeah, no,
Right.
bro.
I was
I gotta be honest. I've been telling tales.
oh god.
Nothing bad.
Like I'm not surprised Bree remembered me, right? I'm not surprised like Liam or Caitlin remembered me, right? Because I've known those two
Yeah.
and most of the Herrick Park kids since like I was 5,
Mm-hmm.
right? So these are people I grew up with, right? So that's not surprising. But even like people I've only known for a year or so, 2 years maybe, they all recognize me. That was crazy to me because I thought I changed so much, right? I grew my hair out, right? I got a lot tanner, a lot better shape. Um,
You lost the Superman curl, but your energy has not changed.
yeah.
You've been
I disagree. I think I became more gay.
True.
Yeah, but
Retruthed.
yeah, you know what JoJo's does to a motherfucker, right?
True.
But yeah. Florida though has been a massive improvement. Again, all those scholarships. I'm going to a school for really fucking cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a state scholarship for it,
Oh.
right? Like, and it's given to people who just do good enough on an SAT and do enough community service, and that's like 75% of my tuition. Like flat rate, 75%.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to school. My tuition this year is $700 out of pocket. That's
Jesus.
it, right?
Like for full year.
Yeah, full year, $700.
Jesus.
And I'm going into electrical engineering, like I said. So it's not a cheap course.
Oh,
right?
100%.
But the school is already super cheap, and on top of that, a bunch of state financial aid, right? And the program is like a direct feeder into NASA and stuff. And I've got the Department of Defense, so I would be working for them first, doing stuff at the Space Force base, probably Patrick or something.
Hell yeah, dude, Space Force.
Yeah, no, real though. Or an Air Force base nearby. What is it, Neely's? That's
I think so.
Something like that. But yeah, just so many more opportunities down here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But at the same time, Florida is home to some of the craziest motherfuckers I've ever met.
We love them. They're national
that
treasures.
That Florida man meme is just that. It's a meme, right?
Mm-hmm. It's just
joke,
because
it's funny.
It's because Florida makes like criminal records and such public.
Yeah. But at the same time, take a drive on any of the Florida roads. No, correction. Take a drive on a Florida highway, US 1, 95, I-4, any of those. It's a fucking mess. Turnpike is just as bad, except
Jeez.
Turnpike is 2 lanes, which is actually worse. Because most of our highway is either 3 or 5 lanes.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've got that many people going through. People are going to kill each other, right? US 1 is a stop-start. It's a Strode. It's a classic Strode. I don't know if you read about urban planning or not. Stroads are a combination of streets and roads. Streets are the stuff that people use to get from place to place, like in a city, right? So like business to business, and just the downtown, right? That's a street versus a road being like a high-speed form of infrastructure, right?
Okay.
So a Strode is a combination of the two, where you combine constant stops and long strips of businesses, combined with high speeds, combined with sidewalks being right next to the roadways.
Oh no.
Right? US 1, all the way, stop to start, is a Strode. Right?
Oh,
it starts in
no.
Jacksonville, it ends in Miami, I think. It's horrible. It's a mess. People are angry. There's an accident every 30 miles at least. I-95 isn't as bad until you get to like Melbourne and Palm Bay area, but after that, it's like you get Orlando traffic, and it's gonna be bad any way you want it.
Yeah.
And then I-4 is just shit. It's just bad. But yeah, the roads are perfect. I work in retail, right? For those who are listening, I work at a furniture store. Yeah, super romantic job. So it's a lot of fun dealing with customers who try to tip over tanks that are full of rugs, right? Tanks are the platforms that we use to carry out like rugs and shit. We get customers that come in trying to tip over the tanks of rugs because they want to see the one that's at the bottom, right? So yesterday I had work. I had a 5-hour shift. It ended up being like 6.5 hours, right? Because I had to help this guy at the end of my shift unload all of the rugs in the tank, right? Because he was trying to tip it over. I unboxed 5 of them. Keep in mind, rugs are everywhere because there's like 18 rugs in a tank, right?
Yeah.
So I unboxed like 5 of the rugs. Unpacking them's a mess, right? Because you got to cut through them with a safety knife and make sure you're not cutting the rug itself, and yeah, a chore, right? And then open them up. Oh, no, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. Okay, which one looks better to you? And so I pick another one, and then pick another one, pick another one, and finally settles on one. Doesn't even have me open it at the end. He's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna take that. Like, thanks for wasting my time.
Oh my god.
Right? And then he checks out, right? And walk it out to his car, right? 150-pound rug easily. I'm doing this all by myself. It's normal. Loading it into his car, dealing all that shit. And at the end, get a $10 tip from the guy. That's cool. Except I'm not supposed to take tips at work. Now, I'll be real. I take them anyway because they don't fucking pay me enough to take tips, right?
Exactly.
So frankly, I don't give a shit. I even tell my managers to their face. I'm like, yeah, no, I take tips. Like, if you're not watching me, I will take a tip. And most of them are chill about it because they're not getting paid enough to care. But you get that a lot, and usually I don't get a tip for doing that, right? Like, and I've been working with these customers for 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, and I don't want to pretend like I'm entitled to a tip, right? Because it is the fact of the business. They already paid $300 for a rug. I totally understand. At the end of the day, you don't want to give $10 to a kid who's sweating all over your rug. But at the same time, like, I try to be nice. I didn't tell you no, first of all. Most of my coworkers would have told you no and told you to fuck off, right?
Carry it
but
yourself.
I helped you out, like just a little bit of wiggle room to make sure I don't sprain my wrist and can buy myself a wrist brace or something.
Exactly.
Would be nice, but it's okay. This week's my last week before I move out. I move out not this weekend, but the next.
Nice, man.
And yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy. I need to get a new MIDI controller so I can do all my FL Studio shit.
That's exciting.
Oh yeah, real. It was definitely an exciting thing.
I'd
UCF
imagine.
is the campus I'm going to. University Central Florida.
Yeah,
and,
so find him.
The full docs. I'm living in the Libra dorms. Room 268, I believe. Anyway.
How exciting!
That's a joke. I'm living in like Nike or something. Anyway. Yeah. So it's the biggest campus in the U.S. From my understanding, unless Texas A&M took it over, but I'm pretty sure UCF is still the biggest campus in the U.S., which is pretty scary. It's got its own zip code, let's see. Biggest college in U.S. Yeah, UCF is the largest campus in the U.S.
Nice, dude.
Which is
That's
crazy.
exciting.
Yeah, a lot of resources there. But I was doing my orientation and shit, and it sucked when I was with the leader, man. It was balls, and it was really hot. You know, it's Florida, right? And everything requires you to walk or like skateboard everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no car stuff, which is great. I actually really like that. But it's a really big campus. My classes are at least a 30-minute walk from each other.
Jesus.
I got. I'm excited though. I've got EPA certifications that I got through doing my HVAC trade training. So
Oh,
hopefully
so
I'll
you can
get a
dump
job.
carcinogens into the ground with no punishments.
Yeah, I can. Well, I can vent refrigerants into the air for.
To make a.
That's a lie, by the way. Don't
Yeah.
vent refrigerants into the air. Well, don't let an EPA certified person see you.
They'll kill
or,
you.
or rather a EPA regulator. One
Yeah.
thing I learned from working in the industry is that 99% of the people that are working as HVAC contractors do not give a shit about the EPA. They don't carry their registration cards with them or their licensure, or any of that, because the EPA doesn't check in. And if they want to vent refrigerant into the air, they will just vent refrigerant into the air. They'll take a towel, they'll cut the line open, and they'll put the towel in the line so it's not as loud, and they'll just let it leak out. They don't give a shit.
I love that.
It's and you know that crazy teacher I was talking about. He's like, and you know what? The ozone hole is still healing, so I think the refrigerants are actually helping. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, he's gonna cool down the earth.
He's gonna cool down the earth.
He is single-handedly solving climate change. That's why Trump personally spoke to him.
That's true.
In a dream, he came to him.
He's
the prophet foretold.
he was such a cool guy. Super
He sounds
helpful.
like it.
No, he was super helpful. He was because he he got me my certifications. He paid for my test.
Wow.
Right. He did a whole bunch, just to help me get in the industry. And he's like, yeah, just call me anytime. I will give you a job right off the bat, because he like owns the company.
Yeah, that's sweet.
It was yeah, really cool. My dad hates him, because he's also at the same time retarded.
Well, yeah.
The teacher, by the way, not my dad. My dad is
Shout out to your dad.
Generally respect my dad. Generally,
Half shout out to your dad.
half shout out to my dad. Yeah. No docs today, boys. Sorry.
For real. Isn't that a tragedy?
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's definitely exciting.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of fun, man.
I was originally gonna do like a music major shit.
Oh,
but then
God.
I started making synthesizers, right? Like I started like making analog synthesizers, and I was like,
God.
holy shit, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, I don't.
This is cool. I can make money off this. And,
Yeah.
And so I learned, and then I started researching like communications and electronic, signal processing and all that.
Mhm.
And like, holy shit, this sucks. This is not going to be fun. This is going to be a very painful major, but
it's the
I'm gonna
process.
stick through it. It's the process, and it's like the computer science people, right? They grow through a college course, and it's the hardest thing in their life, and then they go to work. the senior engineer doesn't know what he's doing. The junior engineer doesn't know what he's doing. So you just they'll delete the tests of the software, just to pass through the checker, the senior software engineer.
Oh my god.
And the senior software engineer will just be like, he's not gonna go through compile the code himself in his head.
Why would
He's
he?
just gonna go. He's just gonna go. Yeah, looks good. Thank you very much. Like,
Oh my god.
it's so funny.
I do love that though, because I know a bit of programming. I do a good amount. I'm certified.
Really?
Yeah, I am certified. I know Python, Java, and JavaScript as well as C Sharp.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
So I've got those certifications from 2 classes, by the way.
Dope. Yeah.
That is a lot of fun, but like, the pain of compiling your code only to see like 200 errors, and then you spend like an hour trying to fix it,
Yeah.
and then you end up with 201 errors,
Yeah.
and it's just so it's like, okay, I think let's see if it works, and then it works anyway because fuck you and your time. But because the errors only affected like the ability to display like invisible tiles,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, isn't that a travesty? But yeah, I think I will never go into. I might go into IT.
Hey, that's a good,
From
well-paying
hearing,
field.
especially when like you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. It's yeah. You fix printers for milfs all day. Like, that's about it.
You teach the elderly
Yeah, teach
two-factor
the elderly.
authentication,
Yeah.
and then they're like, whoa, and then they get a catfish.
Whoa, Google chose me.
True, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
No. So I taught, quote unquote, taught myself assembly, 86 assembly, because I wanted to mod Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Yeah.
And I did not, in fact, learn or really do much with it. Assembly sucks balls.
Yeah.
Roller Coaster Tycoon is a marvel. I don't know how Chris Sawyer did it. But Roller Coaster Tycoon and Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 are both full. I don't know if they're fully, but it's like vast majority, like 90 to 95% of the code is written in assembly by hand.
Wow.
Right.
I think so. That. Have you ever played Dwarf Fortress?
Yeah.
That it's like stuff like that is what both inspires me and completely dissuades me from like wanting to like do anything with programming, because it's
Right.
like hearing about Dwarf Fortress. It's like a beautiful Mechanicus moment where I don't know if he knows exactly what most of the code does.
No, he doesn't, for sure.
'Cause-
It's one of those things, right? Reading the fish that will kill people from jumping out of water, and all the crazy shit that happens. Let's see, Fortress, crazy patch notes. Let's see,
I do love how it's like
2004 made them care about clothes more. 2008 allowed dwarves to get married, stopped children and babies from joining you on your adventures, made dungeon masters happy with their cloaks and boots again.
I love
Stopped aerial births.
I love so I love
2010 alligators have hair and other unintended attributes. Rain kills everything it lands on. Tiger Man does not have ears. Magma crabs drown in magma. Like,
I think there's like it's stuff like that that makes me think. I love how he doesn't. He
It's like the
doesn't portray
perfect-
it as though it's like patch notes. It's like he's describing something.
It's like
'Cause
it's
it's
like
like-
a comedy bit for him at this point.
makes them care
Yeah.
about clothes more. It's
Yeah.
not make dwarf NPCs care more about clothes.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
clothes affects dwarf NPCs' moods more. It's like, no, they
Yeah.
care about it more. They.
Yeah. It's I think Dwarf Fortress is like the perfect antithesis of Factorio, I think. Or like
Yes.
a good antithesis of Factorio.
Yeah, not like.
Where Factorio is an extremely cohesive, streamlined experience, right? Everybody who plays it, you know, it's a puzzle game, right?
Yeah.
It's the same shit for everybody until you mod it, of course,
Yeah.
right? Like with Cataclysm, with um, fucking Dwarf Fortress, and you know other games of that vein.
It's so utterly different.
They go schizo. They go off the walls.
It's crazy.
It's so fucking funny.
I did an adventure game where I would just kill people. And my dwarf got so good at it, he could murder people in front of other people. And they wouldn't care. They just wouldn't notice. But so
Yeah.
he would just do this so much. And like, I got bored because like, he would just go around. He was like chaos maxing. So he'd
Yeah.
he'd assassinate a leader and then frame another faction for it.
Yeah.
And he would keep doing this. I did it so much, I think I had everyone at war with each other.
Nice.
Particularly the goblins. I went to war with the goblins in my first colony game.
Nice. I fucking hate goblins.
I got destroyed in a tide of green. It was not. It was sad, man.
I believe it.
Okay.
No, you know, I love those kinds of games because
Yeah.
it's goofy, but you know my favorite. You know, RimWorld I really love.
Mm-hmm.
I've got so many games that I just love. Right,
Yeah.
ready or not, I've been playing with Fire and Karma and Java recently, and that's a really great one. I think it would be good for us. Doom Eternal, Arma 3, War Thunder.
If I'm being
Headsheet.
honest, I'm not really rocking with Arma.
No,
I think if we had a much bigger group.
I think I agree. I think getting a Nova group going would be kind of cool. But no, I think you know once you get stuck with the same people
Mm-hmm.
who play it over and over again, it gets kind of boring.
Yeah.
I think I kind of want to buy because it's on like a massive sale right now. I kind of want to buy fucking 7 Days to Die and play that with you because that's a co-op. I think that would be goofy.
7 Days to Die.
Oh, Barotrauma's on sale.
What's that?
Holy shit, that's like a co-op survival horror game.
What's it called?
It's called Barotrauma.
I think I've heard of this.
Here, I'll stay on call and we can discuss getting games together. But
Yeah. I think this is a pretty good place to end
yeah,
it.
this
for
is.
now.
I agree. This is a good.
We got a
spot for
solid-
podcast.
Almost 2.5 hours in. Nice.
Yeah, I hope I become a reoccurring character.
I'd love that.
Co-host. Yeah. No. Thanks for having me today.
It's been a
great
pleasure.
Talking.
Had a lot of fun.
Cool.
Good
platform.
talk,
How
good
long
talk.
have you been doing these for?
Well, so I started around a year ago, and then I stopped around a year ago. And there's currently 4 episodes. In total, there's 2, 4, 4.5, around 8 hours of podcast total I've
Wow.
got on my channel in 4 episodes. So it's
Not
like,
bad.
oh no, it's a lot of fun. Like I would say, especially because it's like, it's just talking to people,
Right.
and then you get to post it. And I think I like doing it because it's like an excuse to hang out.
Right.
Because it's fun, because you just get to talk. A lot of the times you don't really get to just like hang out and talk. There's like something
Right.
else going on. It's like a very good way to like, tell stories.
Right.
Because that's really all it is. Just telling fun stories.
Yeah, no shame in that though, right? Like,
Oh yeah, no.
I've been having a blast, just talking and talking. I don't think there's been a good moment of silence except when I needed to take a moment to call my girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, women moment.
So true. So true.
Oh, so true.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
been a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I guess I'll see you in the next century.
So true. So true.
So true. All right,
Alrighty.
take care, boss.
Likewise.